Hello and good morning. Welcome, my lovelies, to another Kooky Corner. I thought today we would start by looking through some of my collage books, things that I have used for inspiration, and I thought you might like to see them too. So we are going to do some art today, do not fear, but I just thought I'd take you through a few of the books. So this one is a collage ideas book. It's by Alana Moore, and basically what it is a lot of different ideas that you can work through in order to create collage. Some of these you might not connect with, some of them you might connect with more, but there are a lot of ideas to have a go at in here. Inventing hybrid creatures, I'm fancying that one at some point. Where's the other one that I really liked? What's another one? I should have earmarked these. I quite like these things, monoprinting collages. So you basically lay down a collage and then print on top of it. Love that idea because it kind of unifies everything. I'm not going to go through everything. Using mixed media. This one is by Debbie Liddon, who does collages of the Norfolk coastline and uses other things in with it, so salt and wax and varnish, in order to create a collage. There's something for everybody in here, basically. It's just a really, really good book. So the encaustic, using wax, encaustic paints and things. But yeah, that's a good one. If you're wanting something quick to start with and you want to just flick through it and find something and go, yes, I'll start with that one. An excellent book choice. This one is a recent one to me. It's Cut Paper Pictures by Clover Robin. Clover Robin, I do believe, is originally from Devon, which is always a good thing. I say because I'm biased. Actually, I'm not from Devon. I am from Derbyshire, but I love Devon, so Devon is my home. So yeah, this is a really good one for ideas. She concentrates a lot on landscapes and floral images, and just getting the everyday down in collage, which I think is a great thing to go for. At the beginning, she takes you through how to do basic collage. There was one on the colouring of papers there as well, which is very interesting. Storing your scraps. Types of paper you can use, and just generally going through the basics. She doesn't go into depth about everything, but she does give you like starting points, and obviously you do have step-by-step things like this robin, which would be quite handy for Christmas cards. But yes, recommended. Cut Paper Pictures by Clover Robin. This one I've had a while. It's a Collage Lab book. It's by B. Shea, and it is part of a set of books that came out as the lab books. I've got quite a few of these. I don't know if there's a list of them in the back. Maybe not. Maybe not, no. But yeah, it came under the lab creations, and it's a quarry book, so it's a lab series. Says up there at the top, and there's quite a few different ones in the series, and I've got quite a few of them because I liked them. So again, this is going through the foundations. I'm not going to home in on anything specifically. Basic paper surfaces to work on, things that you might need like matte medium, substrates, organics, corrugated paper, overprinting, glazing, line and form, geometry, all of the shebang. It's great. Lots of stuff in here to look at, things that you can work along with. I really like this one. My love of crows and ravens and anything dark birdie. Dark birdie. But yeah, there, lots and lots and lots of stuff to go at there. Again, recommended. It's Collage Lab by B. Shea. This next one is a joy. It's a joy. Mark Held is an artist who works in lino cut and collage, and just is, this book is just stunning to have. It was quite an expensive book, but well worth the price that you pay. Even the covers, you know, you take that off and you've got this beautiful, beautiful lino printed bird on the front of the cover. Just glorious. And we've not even got into it yet, but we've got some beautiful, beautiful pictures. So cut paper, obviously, is something that he uses. This book is not by Mark Held, should I say, or Mark Held. It is by Simon Martin, who wrote the book, I do believe. I'm trying to have a look on the back. So yes, is it Simon Martin? Yes, it is Simon Martin who does contributions towards it. So this is Mark Held, and his very eclectic background of beautiful objects that he likes to collect. He does like to collect things. I'm just trying to find some. All of this, obviously, even with lino printing, is inspiration for collage. But look at this. This is just glorious. I love the way that he does everyday birds like pigeons and makes them look magical. They kind of do look very magical. So for inspiration, Mark Held is definitely one to look at, and also just a joy. This book, I pick it up every time I see something new. So if you get a chance, I think this is being, well, in the UK Amazon site, I saw that this is going to be released on the 22nd of September this year. This I bought way back in 2012, so it must be a reprint of this particular book that they are now putting out, but I definitely will give this one as a thumbs up recommendation from me, because it is superb and well worth a look. Back over to Messy Desk Land, and I just wanted to show you some of the things that I've been doing lately. So these are some little, they're box canvases I got from Hobbycraft. They were really cheap. I think they were, oh, I can't remember, something silly like £2 each, and then they were like 3 for 2, so I got 3 canvases for £4, which I think is pretty darn good. So I just thought I'd show you, these were underpainted. I'd painted on them and I didn't really like what I'd painted, and then I had the epiphany and I thought, oh, I know what I could do on those. Having done all my recent collage-y stuff, I thought collage is the way forward. So and I was right, because I really like these now. And so previously I had 2 canvases that I didn't like, and now I've got 2 that I really love. This one you can see is varnished. So this one's already been varnished a couple of times. I don't know whether to give it another shot or not. Maybe on the sides, but I painted down the sides, collaged down the sides. So when it's hung up, or if it's stood up even, you could stand it somewhere, it has got something of interest on any point that you look at it. So there's that one. This one was the second one I did. This is not varnished yet, so you can see the difference between the glossy varnish and the matte. If you wanted to, you could matte varnish these as well. I just quite like the way it popped the colours when I put the gloss varnish on it. The varnish that I used is this one, which is a Duraclear gloss varnish. I am looking at getting, I think I've got a Liquitex one, which is a matte varnish, but I'm also looking at other varnishes as well and trying them out to see which is the best. This one works really well, actually. It's a brush on one, and I just used a flat brush like this. Make sure you wash it out afterwards, is what I will say. A flat brush just to apply the varnish, and Also thinking about as well, if you wanted to make this even more raised, you could resin the top and then add something and then add another layer of resin. Just thinking ahead of things I might want to try. So there's those two. I'm going to be finishing off that one today because that one needs to be varnished. I also need to look at see if I want to alter anything, but I really like the additions of the things on the side. That's why I like these deep box canvases for that. And because it's a small size, you're not investing too much into it, so if it goes horribly wrong, you can take it off or paint over it and then start again. There's no limit to the amount of layers you can put on these, so I would just have a go, basically. Pop that over there, hope it doesn't fall down. The thing that I was going to show you today, somewhere in here, right, so this is my practice birdie and this was what I thought we could do together today. Basically all it is finding a piece of paper to work on. I've got some of this cardie paper, which I do love, by the way, that I've done another version of this on, but it's a really simple collage, and I thought it might be something that you could do along with me. So let's get on with it. Without further ado, I will grab my collage painted collage papers. I'm having a problem with my teeth today. I need to reset them. Yeah, press the button, reset my teeth. So grab your papers. Hopefully if you've seen previous videos, you'll have seen the painted papers that we use to do this, and I've gone through the process of that. If you haven't, pop over to those, have a little look, paint yourself up some papers even. You see, I told you these teeth are not working. Papers, and then come back to this one and grab all your stuff that you're going to need. So you're going to need obviously a piece of paper to work on. You're going to need a Pritt stick or some matte medium, whichever you find easiest to work with. I quite like the Pritt stick for the immediacy, and you can get something down quickly. This is really good. I've been using this on my canvases, but you choose whatever you have, whatever kind of glue you've got. Even if you've just got school glue, PVA glue, that's perfect as well. You will need some acrylic paint just to paint your background with, and then obviously your collage papers. So go grab your stuff, meet me back here in a second or two, and we will crack on. Right, here I am. I've got my cardie paper background, which I am going to paint up. This one is quite a thin one. Usually they're a lot thicker than this. This one I think is from a sketchbook. I bought a cardie paper sketchbook and then literally took it to pieces and took all the papers out. I don't quite know why I did that, but obviously I needed some paper very quickly and destroyed the sketchbook. But still, the papers are still usable. So this is one of those. You can use whatever you like. Don't use something too thin though. I would suggest, I mean, you could use watercolour paper. Watercolour paper of a heavy weight would be fine. So a 300 GSM watercolour paper would be great to work on. Anything a little bit stiffer, some stiffer cards, some Bristol card, Bristol paper or whatever. As long as it's got some kind of weight to it, because you are going to be gluing onto it. And so you don't want it to be curling up. Right, so first things first, I'm going to create myself a background. So looking at this one, it's just a simple brush background with some fairly dry colours. So I'm going to go with this mint, I think water green to give it its name. I'm just going to paint on a background. You can also, as I've done on other ones, just sponge over it as well. This is going to take quite a bit. It's quite a thirsty paper, so let's grab a little bit more of that. So it's just something to work on, just a bit of background colour. I've been watching some videos as well that also suggest a little bit of underpainting for collages, so we'll be doing a little bit of that in the future. Next week I'm hoping to do some more needle felting stuff with you, so if you're interested in transferring your art skills to a bit of needle felting, then you know what to do. Click the bell, subscribe, like, do all the stuff, and then click the bell. Sorry, I'm getting out my baby wipes. This is my clear up cloth. Yeah, click the bell and you'll be notified every time I do an upload. Right, because I'm going to be a little bit extra, I want to sponge a bit of this on. So I've got a little bit of pink, and these sponges that I showed you in a previous video, I'm just going to wet it down a bit. Make it a bit moisture. Okay. I'm just going to dab on some pink. It doesn't matter that the other paint is still wet, but I just wanted a little bit of texture in my background. You don't have to do this, you can go with whatever you want to do as a background. That's the background done. Need to wait for that to dry, then we'll come back and do some more. Okay, for quickness, while my other one is drying, here's one that I made earlier in true Blue Peter style. It was a darker green, but we are going to go with it. This one was one of the aqua colours that I have already painted down there, with a little bit of the pink sponging over the top, and with the addition of some this is a rubber stamp print that I did straight onto the piece of artwork. But what you can do if you want to position things is to print on some tissue paper, and then that's your collage element on there. I've used that on the canvases that I've been doing, so I've been using some of this. So if you can find a clear rubber stamp with some text on it, I'm just finding you the one that I've got. This one was an Artemio one, Artemio, I don't know how you say it, and it's some text, and there is also some musical notes there as well. So they're quite nice, and it prints out like that. And it's just a little bit of extra thing. What you could do if you haven't got that is just literally write down a few notes in a nice coloured pen on your piece of artwork. I'm just showing you a very simple way, which probably costs you a little bit more. Just a pen just to write on there is nothing. So write down a little note, write your shopping list if you like, make it into like doctor's script and no one will know what it is. Translate your shopping list into French and then write that down as well. I don't know, just giving you ideas here, people. Okay, so we're going to work on this one because this one is dry and the other one is not. I was just showing you the technique. So to get into the collage, let's have a little look at our piece. So we've got a bird, a flower, and we've got a little bit of sunshine shining on up at the sky. And because it's me, we also have glitter. You can use or omit that as you like. So let me grab out my first piece, which is going to be a little bit of collage at the bottom there. So I'm thinking I might use some of this. So I'm going to tear it. That's going to go in the bottom of my piece. Now what I want is to cut out some little leafy shapes that I can then draw into. So cutting those out. Can't see where I'm cutting. I'm going to save those, I might use those for something else. Womble mind people, this is what we need for collage. I can't even pick it up now. I'll stick that in that jar just for now. And you can see I've got paint all over my hands already. It's going to be a messy day. Okay, so that's going to be there. I'm not going to stick it down just yet. I'm just going to position things accordingly. While I've got this blue out. I know this is a green stalk on this one. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. You can adapt, change, whatever you want to do with it. And I'm just going to cut myself out a little stalky stalk while I'm here out of this blue paper that I printed. If you saw the jelly, oh, I've got a big fly in here. Sorry if you can hear buzzing. It's not me, it's a fly. Or it could be Jeff Goldblum. I'm hoping it's Jeff Goldblum, but I think it's just a buzzy old fly, basically. Thank you, fly. Please leave by the outdoor. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm looking at that and thinking I might need to take it down a little because my flower head will not fit on there if I don't take it down. Me and my fly friend approve of this. We're going to go with this one. Okay, so that's 2 elements down, not 2 elephants, 2 elements. The next thing I need is bird. So out of my collage papers, let's put that one over there. It's still drying. Lots of rustling on the outside because I've moved everything around. Can't now find anything. Okay, so I'm going to go for this as my bird colour. So I don't know if we had a look at this on the last one, but what I like to do is to sketch it. So get my birdie. I think he's going to have a tail up today. Tail up birdie. Let's go with that kind of a shape. With a tail up. I don't know though. Do I want his tail up or tail down? No, tail up. Let's do tail up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to carefully, if this goes wrong, I'll try not to scream, rip around the edges, because then you get a nice feathery edge to your collage piece, which I find is adorable on little birdies. Excuse my painty fingers, but hazards of the job, I say. There's rarely a day goes by when I've not got something mad stuck to my hands. Okay, so we've got our bird body. Always looking quite jolly. I like him. Obviously he's not going to be the same colour as this one because every paper that I've painted is different. And that's the joy of it. You don't want to be knocking out everything that looks exactly the same. You want to do something with a bit of originality to it. So whatever you've got is going to be great. Next thing he needs is a beak. Now I had some perfect beak paper here somewhere. Yeah, this is it. So I'm going to do a cut to beak for this one. So I quite like that bit there. So I'm going to cut him a beak. It doesn't matter what size because you can alter this as you go along. There, this has got a little beak. And now he needs a wing, and I want to do some kind of a contrast colour for the wing, I think, so that it stands out. Now, in my papers, did I pick out a contrast colour? This is always a question. Did you though? Did you pick out a contrast colour? Yeah, a little bit of this will do. It's not quite as contrasting as usual, but let's go with that. I could have gone with a pinker one. Let's do that. Changing your mind is allowed. That's the whole point of this. We're just laying it out. So if you change your mind, you can change your mind. Okay, so on the back of this, getting myself, yeah, a wing shape. And again, doing the rippy rip all the way around. And he has a wing. Yeah, that's a fair contrast. That's okay. Now we need a flower and a sunshine. So for my sunshine paper, I have been using some tissue paper, which has now gone astray. So let's get into my tissue paper stash. Maybe that I need to paint up some more, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, we might have something here. Okay, so this is my painted tissue papers. I'm going to use a bit of this there. That'll do nicely. Cutting myself a vague circle. Just for the background. And that can go in there. So that's that. And now we need some leaves. So that's got some vague greenery on it. Let's go with that. Isn't this fun? It's so much fun. Tell me I'm wrong. You're having fun, aren't you? I know you are. I am. I always have fun with making and creating different pieces of artwork. So, okay. That'll do nicely. And another one for the bottom. You can make your leaves any shapes you want. I'm just going with this generic leaf shape here. I'm going to swap that round, I think. I'm going to put that one. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, missus. Maybe that's a bit too big. Let's take it down a bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so it's going to be messy and moving around until you actually get it stuck down. Yeah, I'm liking that. That'll do nicely. Okay, so the next thing we need, which I don't think I have got yet, so I shall delve into my papery world of goodness. Haha, here we go. A little bit of flowery top. So I'm going to rip some bits off here. Need something with a bit more on it. That one there. Okay, so I'm ripping that up. You can see the finesse I use to do this, can't you? So that's the top bit. Another petally bit. Technical term that. And let's have a go with you there. So we've now got most of our elements, or elephants if you like. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stick these down with my Pritt stick. I'm fairly happy with the composition. And yeah, just going to do that. This needs to move over a little bit there, I think. No, that's good. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to stick this down. You can stick yours down and we'll meet back here, finishing touches. Okay, so my pieces are all stuck down. Here I am with some colour pencils, which is going to be my next port of call. So first of all, what I want to do is to add some definition onto my leaves. You don't have to do this. You do as much or as little as you want to. I just like to add in something and also give a little bit of an edge to some of the pieces, make them stand out a little bit more. Here I've also added in some little Planty Elements, so just quickly drawing those in. Piece of my collage coming up there, stick that down. Before we go any further, there we go. It's got some little legs which I've marked in there, so I'm just going to draw those in. You could have collage piece legs if you wanted to, or you could just go with sketching them in. Let's have a look at the wing. So I'm going underneath the wing just to define it a little, and then we're going to have some wingy lines going out. It doesn't matter if it goes over the top because we can extend that out a little bit there, and just a little bit round chest area. You can colour in bits. You can change the colour of your paper actually just by adding in little bits of colouring pencil into areas that you want to change. As I said, this is all up to you. Now I'm not sure whether this white pencil is going to work. Oh, it does. Just to add some little bits onto. Another thing that works really well for this is gel pen, so that's always a good option. My flower needs a little bit of attention, so let's just define some of those petals a little bit. Okay. You can also shade down your stalk a little bit. Add some detail in. Much or as little detail as you want to add in. And now I grab my trusty gel pens. As I say, you don't need all of these things, just pencils and paint would do. It's a glazed pen, not sure why that's there. Maybe I am sure. So let's go and stick his eye in because this is a shiny glazed pen. And we'll add a little more into that at some point. So let's put that back with the glazes, otherwise it's going to get very complicated. This is what I was meaning about the gel pen. It just has more of a pop to it than maybe a white pencil. And I'll put some little dots and spots on his chest. Define the front of his leg a bit there. It's getting a little lost. I'm going to let that gel dry for a minute. Put these out of the way. You can see why I get a messy desk, can't you? These, as I mentioned before in my gel pen expose, as it were, are the Moonlight, the Sakura Jelly Roll Moonlight pens, which are kind of fluorescent-y and just give an extra pop to something. And I really like them for that. Let's have a look. I'm going to define these plant areas down here with a pencil. This one is, it's a Caran d'Ache Lumens. I'm just using these because they're next to my desk, so you could use any pencils that you like that will work over a collage. Well, get my signature down there as well. Oh yeah. Now we've got all of this detail. We can also add in some ink pen detail if you wanted to. So in this Joy I have not mangaka, that'll do. Or liners, liner pens, these will do as well. So I've got a nice fine one in here, I think, which is a 0.01. It's the smallest one I've got up there. Just drawing in some little details. Maybe another little plant item here. Just for the heck. And just want to define these legs a little more and where his feet are. He's lost his feet, bless him. There we go. A little bit of detailing around his eye. Hopefully that's dry. Yeah. Little dot to bring his eye to life. And my pièce de résistance, which is glitter. This is the Stickles glitter gel. And this is, I can't remember what this one's called. Solar Flare. Love it. Which is perfect because it's going on my son. Oh yeah. I'm going to add some flare. I also add some to my flower. To my birdie's wing. And a bit on his chest. Get that back on there. And you can keep going at this until you think yours is finished. I'm going to say that mine's finished now. So if we look at the original, it is different, it's different colours, but it's the same principle and idea. And I want you to try and have a go at your idea of what a bird looks like, your idea of what a flower looks like, so that you're creating your own style. Obviously you can copy me completely if you're happy doing that, but if you want to try and have a go at making it your own, play around with it, have fun, try different textures, try different papers. You could go for a completely dark, I don't know, moody version of this. Please, please, please do have a go, and then let me know when you've had a go. If you're on Instagram, I'm also there as Cool Kooky Creatures, all one word, all K's. My details are in the description box down below anyway. And yeah, just tag me in a cool kooky birdie, so to be hashtag cool kooky birdie, and show me what you've made, and I will be so happy to see what you create using some of these ideas. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week, hopefully with some needle felting. Yes, we're going to go in a different direction, maybe using some of the pieces that were created as inspiration. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care.